Hi all, welcome back to the final whistle then for another stream on the channel, and it's the Transfer Deadline Day Live, as we will be with you for a bit to discuss all the transfers and will it be a successful transfer business for Leicester City, will it not? Let me know your thoughts on everything regarding the transfer window, as 3 new signings are incoming at Leicester today, as bloody panic buy FC is what I'd bloody call it. Every transfer window, but just like the summer. Desperate times call for desperate measures, just fill in the gaps. And there we go. Will there be a striker? Don't bloody look like it. Will there be a new left back? Don't look like it either, but there we go. Right, everyone, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please get down and do so. Help me out massively if you can all do that. Big up to everyone. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And we are going to chat all things Leicester City, transfer deadline day, and what is happening. So, Callum, how are we? How are you well? Everyone hit the like button. Like target for this stream is... Tell you what, we'll set it 100 likes. So if we can hit 100 likes for the Transfer Deadline Day live stream, then that would be appreciated. Terry, how are we? Sheffield United signing Calvin Phillips. I'd rather much took him than Aribo. Yeah, Southampton fans are very much happy enough to get rid of Joe Aribo for 70 grand a week. And there we go. Hi all. How are we, Rich? I hope you're good, mate. 43 of you in. Big up to everyone who's watching. I tell you what, on this day, I've got an on this day post for you. Leicester City signed this absolute tank. Robert Huth on this day in 2015. Leicester City signed Robert Huth on loan from Stoke. And what an important player he was in that great escape season for Leicester City, eh? Big Robert Huth. I posted it out on X about him joining the club back in 2015. And the comment he come back with, great times, even if my face doesn't show it. Yeah, Robert Huth, he weren't much of a bloody smiley worry. He was straight to business and that was it. Just take every man out in front of him. Robert Huth, proper defender. And it's not what you get these days in football, is it, to be honest? But then we did obviously go and sign Robert Huth on a permanent deal in it. The rest, they say, is history. Him and Wes Morgan built that partnership, and 3 million quid we signed him for in the summer after his loan ended. And what an important player Robert Huth was for Leicester City. Right. Armchair, how are we, mate? How are you well? No new left back could mean the new manager wants to go free at the back. The thing is, Armchair, with Leicester, is, you know, we're getting linked with bloody Enzo Maresca. It clearly shows in my sort of vision is that they haven't got a clue who they want as manager. There's just who's on the list, who do you want, what style of football do you want to play? It just feels like no one's aligned with the decision making around it, anything regarding players, manager. There's just no alignment. So basically, they've got a panel, and if one says no out the 4, they don't go for that player or manager. So, I mean, well, what the hell are you supposed to do at this point if that's what it is? But then again, we needed players through the door. We definitely needed a striker, and we haven't got one. We're happy enough to sit on with Jordan Ayew and bloody Patson Daka, which is fantastic, isn't it? Not really. It's not. It doesn't breed me with bloody confidence, because if you look at the goals between them two, I think they've got about 6 between them in the league this season. So, yeah, Phillips will break the bank wage-wise. Also, I reckon Aribo will be paying his wages. Good back. good days back in 2015, 2016. Who's spreading these rumours? Don't know. Who is spreading these rumours? Not sure, Sid, mate. I'm absolutely not sure. But I ain't been spreading any rumours. I'll assure you of that one, my friend. The media pour a lot out, don't they, regarding Leicester signing all these bloody players we might as well bloody sign Tom, Dick and Harry at this point, because this is where we're at. It's like desperation. There's just no plan of action in the transfer window to where we really need to strengthen. We are obviously wafer thin in areas where we've only got one player to fill in the area. But that's how it is. Hi, Jack. What is it with us signing Southampton rejects? I ain't got a clue. The loyalty card seems to come out every so often, doesn't it? And they must know that they get one more stamp if they do. What's happening with Arsenal? I don't know, mate. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you what's happening with Arsenal. I'm not an Arsenal content creator, and yeah, I can't really tell you too much on the Gunners, mate. So do appreciate you popping by, though. Be on, mate. Be on it. But yeah, I can't really tell you much about every other club apart from my own. So do apologise, mate. What will be released first, the manager or the points deduction? There's the question. There is the question. How many points is it going to be? Is an even bigger question for you lot, by the way. Let's start with fresh goalkeeper. All the flapping about at the back drives me crazy. The thing is, the number one's clearly not strong enough to come and collect a ball. It proved it against Charlton. It weren't a foul, but there we go. Our women's game against Arsenal on Saturday is all I know about Arsenal. Yeah, but that game never happened, did it? I think that game's been rescheduled, by the way. Mads won't happen. No, I don't believe it either. I just think it's agents throwing the bloody name around again. Leicester City. They see that we're desperate for players and we need to at least sign at least one, maybe two players this transfer window. And they're just like, well, it's all right. We'll throw Leicester's name in there. Leicester get linked with everybody every window. But how many players do we get coming in the door? Two of them, sometimes one. I remember the bloody transfer window when we signed Ryan Bennett that season. Deary me. Deary me. What's my thoughts on Maresca? He come in, did a job with Leicester when we brought him in. It wasn't the most great watch of football regarding the style, but it got us up, and that's all you need in a league, isn't it? As long as you get promoted, I don't think you care about the style of football. Yes, it might not have been the prettiest. Enzo, do I think he'll come back? No, I don't. We've offered him a short-term deal, according to the Daily Mail, haven't we? Well, the Mail. We've offered him where is it? Was it the Mirror? It was the Mirror, wasn't it? Not the bloody Mail, the Mirror. Apparently, we'd offer him a lucrative package on a short-term deal to come in and get his safety. But the club obviously believe we're still going to make the playoffs. I like the optimism, but this points deduction will be where the line's drawn, and yeah, that will obviously say that we're obviously not making the playoffs. Are we getting Enzo, or is it? It's just rumours. Like I say, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes at Leicester City. I'd like to be the fly on the wall, to be honest, to know what's exactly happening with the football club, but. No new strikers, Patson Daka and Jordan Ayew. Daka scores 1 goal a year, and they continue with him. Well, he scored 2 this year. Let's not knock him. He scored 2. Mads will have to be guaranteed number 1 status. Exactly that. If Mads did come back, not saying he's going to, I'm just saying that he'd want to be number 1. He is a better keeper than what we've got currently. I'll be fair about it. Lucrative deal to keep us up. Yeah, that's exactly how I was thinking. They're bloody going to throw the money at it, aren't they? But it clearly shows in the alignment of it all, doesn't it, with Leicester, that how do you get from plan A to plan B? how do you work it? Where's the alignment? What's the thinking process behind all these decisions? Because we were linked with Gary Rowett, we were linked with Chris Coleman, we've been linked with Russell Martin. So, and then all of a sudden, a bombshell like bloody Love Island comes out in what's his name, Enzo Maresca, and you're thinking, bloody hell. Enzo left for Chelsea, big club and all that. Was never going to turn down the job, but then he was always one Enzo who would call out the board. He called him out for what it was. He wanted a new director of football, didn't get one. He weren't happy when that Sensi deal fell through that time, which was 2 years ago, which was on this day yesterday, 2 years ago. So it's a tricky situation we find ourselves in. It's not a position we, want to see ourselves in as a football club. It's one of them. Enzo 4-1 in one site to be the new manager. Was that Sky Bet by any chance? Be sure to let me know about that. But no, we are linked with, well, we're hopefully getting 3 new signings in today. They're not, I wouldn't say the positions that we need to be strengthening, to be honest. You're looking at Jamaal Lascelles, Newcastle legend, been at the club 12 years. Jamaal Lascelles, they speak quite highly of him. Struggled with injuries in the last few years, but he's been a leader around the club, speaks well. And I think we need that at the back, a centre-back who's going to lead this team properly, someone who's going to voice their opinions, who's going to tell the players as it is. Someone like I kept reverting back to it yesterday, Wes Morgan, someone of that sort of stature. And I think Jamaal Lascelles has got that type of character about him, strong, demanding, because we are lacking leadership in this team. We haven't got a leader. And it's a struggle. There's just lack of communication. Players are just here, there and everywhere. And Jamaal Lascelles, if we can keep him fit, he's a good defender. He's 32. At Newcastle, won the championship, done well in the Champions League against Kylian Mbappe, by the way. So it's an interesting topic. Obviously, we don't know what's happening with Yannick Vestergaard. That is an interesting one as well, because he wasn't in the team, was he, at the weekend? There was no sign of him on the bench either. So yeah, it's one of them where do we stand with Yannick Vestergaard? That's the problem. Obviously, we gave him a 3-year deal. He's here for, is it another year or so? So yeah, we are wafer thin. We have got injuries. Jordan James is out. Hamza Chowdhury is now out. And yeah, we're very light in areas. But there's got to be a bit more constructive. Do we really need another Conor Cody, someone who's good to have around the squad? I don't think so. I get it. I get your frustrations and that. Obviously, when we spoke about Conor Cody, it was about leadership. It was about commanding someone in the dressing room who's going to talk in the dressing room and also do it on the football pitch. Conor Cody, when he came into the football club, he got injured straight away. He was out injured for quite a bit, wasn't it? And then obviously he took his turn into going into media and that. He did more media work than he made appearances for Leicester City. Let's be fair. Cody, you thought you were getting that sort of leadership. But like I say, led by example on the camera, not on the football pitch. That's how I'd really sum up Conor Cody's career at Leicester City. But in Lascelles, I don't think he really does media. But Newcastle fans speak highly of him. They're quite sad to see him go after 12 years. And they've told Leicester City to look after him, and I hope we can keep him fit. We've got a good centre back there. He's got experience. Leadership's a big word, and I think he definitely will offer that. Jamaal Lascelles. But Leicester City have won the race to sign him, haven't they? With, I think, Birmingham are after him. So is Lascelles a buy? No, I don't think so. His contract runs out at the end of the season. Could it maybe be a loan? Is it? Have they cancelled his contract, Newcastle, because they've agreed a deal for him, but they've not said whether it's a loan for 6 months and then we sign him at the end, or is he coming in on a free? Who knows? Who knows at this point? Who really knows what is happening? Patrick Roberts, Birmingham City expected to complete a substantive signing of winger Patrick Roberts from Sunderland. So Patrick Roberts is going Sunderland. Signing from Sunderland to Birmingham. So Lascelles is the first proper signing since Koulibaly last year, if it's a proper deal. Yeah. Koulibaly was he the only transfer we signed last January when Ruud van Nistelrooy, obviously Ruud van Nistelrooy didn't get the players that he wanted, did he? Was it £2 million we signed for Woyo Koulibaly, a player that, do you know what? He was a battler, Koulibaly, but then all of a sudden, in that Brentford game, Ruud took him off and he was never seen again. So it's quite mad. It's quite mad that I just want to see a plan of action. Why are you going for these players? What is the reasoning behind it? Surely you've got to do like your background checks and all that on these players, with the attitudes, how they fit the system. Will they fit the new manager role? That is the thing with it. Jack, I know Daka isn't suited, but would you play him instead of Ayew? I don't think we've got a bloody choice. I honestly don't think we've got a choice. We've got two strikers. Carranza, gone. So that again, we brought in Julian Carranza, just like the Ed Ward thing. Never got a sniff in the team at all. Plays a few minutes here and there and gone. Ed Ward, we paid massive wages for, if you remember when we did bring him on a deadline day. So it's frustrating. And if someone said to me this transfer window, is it a successful transfer window? I'd say no, because I don't feel we've strengthened the positions that we should have. Genuinely feel like our fan base just like to moan about everything, Jack. Lascelles is a potential super signing. Mukasa is the next big thing to come through City to me, and if Enzo returns, that's cool. Eli, thanks for coming in, mate. I appreciate you coming in. Yes, we do like a moan. We're not going to ride away for it on here and sit here and say we don't like a moan. Everyone likes to moan. We've got to moan about something. If we don't moan about something, we just don't say nothing at all. So we've got to find something to pick on. Jennifer, the thing is, you don't know how good these players are. Obviously, they've done shit at other teams. Is the matter of fact about it. And the case is, some players do better at other clubs, and it's some of the fact it's true, some not. Generally feel like Lascelles, like I said, captain material, leadership. I just don't want it to work out like Conor Cody. But I think it can be a good signing for sure. If we keep him fit, he's a leader, he talks. We are lacking a leader, and maybe this is why we've gone for Lascelles, because we've seen what he can offer in a team. So Ayew has no pace, so either it's him. Bobby wouldn't be a bad shout up front. So Jack is at the Whistle compound. What can you tell us? With transfer so far? Jamaal Lascelles is agreeing personal terms with Leicester and is having his medical. That's all I can say on the matter. I don't know much else until the club confirm the signing, and that is what it is. We can moan about Aribo, to be fair. Done super at Rangers, though. Again, like I said, players do good at one club and not another. But Jamaal Lascelles has got huge experience in the Championship, played for Forest, played for Newcastle, huge experience. Is a player, he's a presence in the dressing room, someone that maybe we've looked at and thought, you know what, he'll do all right, he'll do for us. I put Ayu's penalty on TikTok Saturday, had 100k views, 10k likes, and bloody pissed the whole of the. But well, we can't please everybody, can we, Eli? That's the problem. That's Jack the reporting from the Whistle compound. I wouldn't even call it a bloody compound. Mukasa, could be a good signing. Lascelles also a good leader. It's Aribo. I'm not sure. That one is a temporary fit till James is back. It just feels like we're just covering holes. It just feels like we're just covering gaps. That's what I just feel like we're doing. Right, let's have a look at some. We've talked about the sales, so let's get that one out of the way. Joel Piroe, Leicester City needed a striker. We ain't getting one. Right, so Mr. Blue Off, I think that's how you pronounce it, Blue Off. Lots of action surrounding Joel Piroe this winter with concrete interest from Leicester City, Middlesbrough, Ipswich and Scottish top. But the striker has made it clear a winter transfer is not ideal. The Dutch striker will stick it out at Leeds until at least the summer. So Joel Piroe, Leicester concrete interest in Joel Piroe. So we have talked about a striker massively, haven't we, this transfer window and how much we need one and how we can go about our business. I do feel it when that transfer window opened, the striker was always key. It's a big position that we need to fill. Jordan Ayew's not a striker. Patson Daka's not exactly cut the mustard. And I think the priority was a striker. I'm not gonna lie about it. Joel Piroe would have been a good goal scorer for us, I think, in the Championship, but obviously he's opting to stay at Leeds and fight for his place until at least the summer. Mind you, would absolutely take Mads back, but the whole feeling of the signing of Viatez was pointless. I agree. Not even a slim chance of getting Piroe. Yeah. If they're in for Piroe, they are in for a striker, so could there still be time? Well, we haven't got long left in the transfer window. We've got 4 hours, 16 minutes and 36 seconds. We were after him a season or two ago. I'd take Piroe, but I don't think he'd come if given the opportunity. That's the thing. He'll look at our situation and think, well, why would I want to go there? But he turned down Ipswich. He clearly wants to stay in the Premier League and fight for his place at Leeds. And I get it. When he were at Swansea, Leicester was very much interested in him back then. Mads on loan could be a sign of Enzo wanting to come back. The thing is, Ross, why would Enzo come back? Get Smodic. Smodic's going to Derby. He's going to Derby County. Sammy Smodic. So that says as much as it is with Smodic. Sammy Smodic, for me, would have been a good signing, I reckon. He's proven goal scorer in the Championship, keeping fit, bags the goals. He did it at Blackburn, a fantastic season. Did he get 30 odd at Blackburn that season? He scored quite a few. He got 2 against, but he got quite a few against Leicester, Smodic. He would have been my ideal signing. If we'd have got him on a loan with an obligation to buy, that would have been a perfect signing for us up front. Sammy Smodic, you know what you're going to get. He cuts the mustard in the Championship and he would have been ideal, but Derby's obviously offered £5 million plus whatever it is. You can only have 5 loans. So that's Ramsey, James, Lascelles, Aribo and Mukasa. So that would mean no striker, no Mads and no left back. I think you just hit the nail on the head, Dan, to be fair, mate. I honestly think you've hit the nail on the head regarding that one. That we can only have 5 loans in the matchday squad. Obviously, Jordan James is currently injured. Aaron Ramsey, currently injured. So you then look at what we can get in. Obviously, we can't spend money due to PSR reasons and that, and it's a real shame. You look at some of the signings, some of the Championship clubs are making, you think, what could have been? What could have been? Are we signing Jamaal permanent or loan? Our roommate, I'm not sure. It's not come out. It just says we've agreed a deal with Newcastle. Is it the fact that they've agreed to end his contract at the club, or is it a loan till the end of the season? Then we sign him on a permanent. Who knows? But he is definitely left Newcastle. They have confirmed it. Unless Lascelles is a buy, then there might be, cause there's no word on if it's a loan or a perm. Could possibly send Ramsey back. I don't think they're going to. He's due back, where is it? Start of March, I think it is, Aaron Ramsey. So, yeah, Ramsey's career at Leicester just hasn't worked, has it? Got sent off in his first game against Oxford. Come back into the team, got injured, come back against Swansea. Then it's just been hindered with injuries and red card situations at Leicester. That Aaron Ramsey, though, you could see the potential's there. He's good. I was quite satisfied with him when he were playing the minutes in the games. He looked good. He'd score goals. He's an attacking-minded midfielder, and that's what you want. Someone who's going to work hard, be dedicated, be committed to the cause. And Aaron Ramsey offers you that if you can keep him fit. But again, massive injuries again. It's hindered his career. Hi, mate. Just joined the stream. Have I missed anything? Have we signed anybody yet? Reggie, mate. Welcome to the stream, pal. No, we've not signed anybody yet. Not yet. Well, we're hopefully getting 3 new signings incoming in the next few hours. There's 4 hours and 12 minutes left, and you know what play Leicester's like, but the fax machine won't work at some point. Does anyone remember the Adrian Silva one? Does anyone remember that deal where the fax machine broke, John Rooking? 14 seconds we went over in that transfer, by the way, and we didn't end up signing. We had to wait till the season to sign him after. I think we get all 3. Our team should be stronger. I think we've just gone for depth, Aaron. I think that's what we've gone for. Someone who's going to offer. If the Man City lad is a cam, Bobby Reid is a cam, then Aaron Ramsey is a cam, which is a bit odd because I don't think Bobby has been that bad. Do you know what? I think Bobby Reid's done. He's been steady this season, and he's a proven Championship player. He does work hard, Bobby Reid, and he scored a few goals this season. Proper Championship experience. Would he do all right as a striker, do you reckon? Maybe we put Bobby Reid down the middle. He played there for Bristol City once upon a time. Done it at Fulham as well. So would you say no? Would you put Mavididi down the middle if you could choose between Ayew, Daka and Mavididi? Maybe Mavididi can play as a cam. He can also play as a forward. So, and then maybe we could push Monga to the wing. So I don't know. I really am not sure. Right, so Rob Dorset did put this out earlier, by the way. This was this morning, but we'll get into it. Leicester City closing in on 3 deadline day signings, and deals are closed for 18-year-old midfielder Divine Mukasa. I'll tell you what, talking about Divine Mukasa, should we watch a little video? Should we watch a little video of what to expect from the Manchester City youngster? There we go then. There's a little video package of the man himself, Divine Mukasa. Top midfielder. Pep highly rates him. And when Pep starts talking, you listen. Simple as that. He's a top talent. He's in England setup as well, 18 years old. Manchester City are very much want to keep hold of him, and you can see why. He's got big potential. He's played a few games for the first team at Man City, but they want to go and get him minutes elsewhere, and obviously Leicester's going to be offering him that. So hopefully we can see him play a starting role and really see what he's about. You know, he can spread that ball out to the wing. He can score goals. He's that real attacking threat, brings the energy, and he looks like he's ready to fight for the cause, which is good. So, again, Louis Page, who we've currently got at the minute, who's young, again, in the England setup, is doing well, showing how hungry they really are to succeed and do well. And it's good. Alabadi Aluko, young player at Leicester again. I think he did quite well against Charlton. What I find with the younger players this season, though, is that they're showing the older players how it's done here, aren't they? They're showing if they've got the hunger and desire and the commitment that they have, they can do wonders in the team. And it should be the experienced players showing the youngsters, not the other way around, which I find it's a bit absurd when we think about it. But it's good to see that you've got dedicated youngsters who are hungry. Rez, how are we, mate? How are you well? Mukasa played a few games under Guardiola as a false nine, so maybe if we sign him to play up front, maybe. I won't say no. I know he's played as a false nine, hasn't he, a couple of times under Pep, but it's not his main role, is it? From what I was reading. Perth, how are we, mate? Hope you well? Big up. Hope you're good, mate. Like your profile picture. Mukasa, 18, big potential, coming in on loan. I think he could definitely do a job here, When's JJ's fit, to be good to see him, Black and Mukasa playing together. Yeah, I think it'd be JJ and Harry Winks, wouldn't it? Harry Winks is, you look at some of the media surrounding Harry Winks this window, and to say that he wanted to leave, but then we've been so much wafting in midfield. He's back in the team. He's been given an opportunity to say, you know what, go and get your head down, knuckle down, and then see out your contract, basically. And obviously, no one's going to pay 90 grand a week or the in wages. Not at this point of the window. And Harry Winks, I think he's going to be at Leicester till the end of his contract now, which is 6 months. So Winks is a good player on his day. Mentality, when it's right, he's one of the best midfielders in the Championship for me. But yeah, I think with how the way for Finn's squad is at the minute, you put him in there, don't you? Obviously, you sort of with how your feelings are towards him, of how things have happened, and you never know what happens behind the scenes at Seagrave, and we only read what we read in the media, and that's the way football goes and the way the cookie crumbles, to be fair. Against Charlton, I don't think Harry Winks did much wrong. I think he led the midfield by example. He showed what he can do in his ability when he's actually got his head screwed on and doing well. He can spray a ball without thinking about it. He's a proper Championship midfielder. The experience showed against Charlton, but we just haven't got enough when going forward to looking at it. And Winks will obviously be in that team against Birmingham at the weekend, so maybe him and Skip will be the midfield two at the weekends, maybe. Mukasa up front. Bobby Reeder's the number 10. Jordan Ayew and Daka on the bench. So we'll have to see what's to offer. Lascelles may be the only real positive. Could be the glue to keeping us up? Maybe. Winks is not a leader. Hopefully Lascelles comes in and sorts them out. That's what we're saying, Kaiser, mate. Thanks for coming in as always, brother. That's what my sort of thinking is behind it. Someone with leadership Obviously, we didn't really see that with Connor Cody, did we? You know, we were too busy off bloody doing whatever on Sky Sports and whatever in the media and that and the radio and all that. Lascelles just doesn't seem like that type of person. Lascelles is, when you talk to Newcastle fans about him, he's professional. He leads by example. Yes, he's not played a lot of games for Newcastle, but he's been a real pivotal part behind the scenes and that as well in getting the players up, being that vocal point in the dressing room and that, and delivery. And when he has played on the pitch, he bloody back-pocketed bloody Kylian Mbappe at one point. You know, in that 12 years at Newcastle, they speak very highly of Jamaal Lascelles as a leader. He stepped up, you know, at a young age when going from Forest to Newcastle. I spoke to my Newcastle mate and he said about Lascelles and how key he has been to being that vocal point in the dressing room and on the football pitch. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a player that's committed, a player that's not scared to let the other players know how he feels about the performances not being good enough and that. A player that's going to work hard, who, if we can keep him fit, he is a top defender in the Championship, Jamaal Lascelles. Obviously, at the age of 32, offers huge experience and that again. But Newcastle fans just say they're going to miss him and they wish him all the best, which shows. Any ideas what injury Antonio had? I think it was a bloody hamstring or something. That's probably why. Apparently, Mukasa can play false nine, so maybe very well. So maybe he's the new striker. Maybe he can score goals, which is a good thing. Let's sort of talk about the striker situation here then. So this window, we got linked with Mikel Antonio, who ain't kicked a ball since bloody December last year. Got injured and that deal was off. We then went for Callum Wilson, looked at him as an alternative. Wilson decided West Ham were keeping him in the end. Joel Piroe linked, concrete interest in what the Dutch media are saying, but he decided to stay at Leeds. Diabate, another one who would have cost Leicester around £1 to £2 million. Another one who went to another club, wasn't clearly fancied by the manager at all. So yeah, look, he obviously will say that there'll be no striker in at Leicester City this transfer window, which is a real shame. And I think that's a key of, with his points deduction coming in, you know, if it's a significant points deduction, then we're going to be in a bloody relegation battle, aren't we? And it always feels this points deduction scenario is very much round the corner. That's how it feels. It's going to feel like we are very much going to know after the deadline how much we've got, what is happening, because it's 3 charges. So I don't know. I don't know where the cookie's going to crumble here. But we need a new technical director. And that technical director's got to be the man to come in before the manager. Technical director, CEO. I think they're getting another player in as well, another role in as well. 3 directors are going to be coming into the roles now. And that's what you've got to get in before you get the new manager. And so you know which manager you actually want and align with the board of what is exactly going to happen. You can't go doing back to front stuff and getting the manager first, because this is what we've done. We basically got the manager first and not thought about anything else. Any ideas how much we get for the loan fee for Fass? Not sure. Also, Samari, I don't know what the fee is for Booba. The points deduction looming this long is more of a punishment in itself and need it to just be done and over with so we can move past it. That's what I'm saying, Kaiser. That's what's hindering us. 4 hours left of the transfer window then, people. 4 hours. It's going to be a very long 4 hours. It's going to be a nail-biting one. Let's hope the bloody medicals have been passed and all that. Everyone hit the like button. We set the like target 100 likes for this stream, by the way. So if you can all hit the like button, that'd be really appreciated. If you haven't subscribed already, please get down and do so. It helps out massively. We are going to be on here for a bit longer to talk about everything with Leicester City. So if you've got any questions, keep getting them in. We are here to discuss everything regarding Leicester. And yeah, let's carry on. What was the situation with this guy from the K-League? He didn't want to move. Didn't want to move at all. That's what the feeling was around it. He just didn't want to leave. And he's decided now to stay. We'll have more directors than players. It's mad, isn't it? It's crazy. But yeah, that's why he didn't want to join Eli, to be fair. That's the only reason I can really think of. With how things have gone. Eli, have you actually seen Jordan James's dad recently? Let's see if we've got any more on the Leicester City transfer front. Let's scroll down. So Crystal Palace are working on a deal to sign Dwight McNeil. Mateta's deal with AC Milan now looks dead in the water. That's from other clubs. Calvin Phillips has gone to Sheffield United. Bailey Calamatri scheduled for a medical at Wrexham. That's a big blow to Sheffield Wednesday. They've just signed Jerry Yates, aren't they? And yeah, Calamatri's dad used to play for Leicester. Danny Calamatri, if you know at Leicester. It's going to be it's going to be a busy window. But honestly, I cannot see where it's going to come. It shows the due diligence of our recruitment policy. When we are linked with players and they don't want to come, we'll end up chucking money to bring him in if we had the funds. I'm over Hereford refereeing tonight. I'll chat to Chalky and see if he's still working at Tony's place. Yeah, have a chat with him. It's just bloody quite a matter. Some of these players have bloody left Leicester City and all. With Leicester, James Justin, another one. Injury hindered at Leicester, and then Leeds have kept him fit, and he looks so top right back again. James Justin. I don't know. Last heard it was about 4 to 6 weeks, and wasn't as bad as Ramsey's injury. Bloody hell, 4 to 6 weeks. That put until mid-March. Mid-March, is that what we're saying regarding Jordan James? So, yeah, I know Harry Souttar's injured and all. Lenny Christensen's on his way back. So, yeah, there's been quite a few. Well, there's not been many outs. Jake Evans is one that we can discuss with Leicester at the minute. How I'd have kept him rather than sending him out alone. I think he could have offered something, to be fair. He's gone on loan to obviously Northampton. Brandon Cover, could he come in and do a job for Leicester? Obviously, played in the EFL for Fleetwood, Port Vale and that. Obviously, Andy King's got some of the youngsters training with Leicester, aren't they? Like Darren Motsey. Lorenzo Hutchinson's doing well in the ranks as well of the under 23s lower. So, yeah. We've got some good youngsters coming through. And obviously, it's always good to get your young players coming in and doing the job and working through it all. And, you know, you could sell them on for big money because it's your own personal profit then, which obviously helps towards PSR. We see Dewsbury all how much he got sold for, Harvey Barnes. Ben Chilwell obviously got sold for big money as well. We've sort of lost our way a bit, haven't we? Very much so. We've took a completely different bloody landscape of the path is what we were before. We used to buy players for cheap and sell them for big money. You look at Riyad Mahrez, 450k, and then we sold him 60 million quid. James Maddison bought him for 24 million, sold him for 50. Harvey Barnes sold Barnsley for 40. Dewsbury all 40. So James Justin brought him for about 8 million quid. and we ended up getting about 10 million for him. So, hey Jack, afternoon mate, and hey there everyone. It's been a long time since I was on here. I was here. I hear there are 3 new signings. Could you quickly repeat their names, please, buddy? So the first one is Divine Mukasa from Manchester City, who is a attacking midfielder, can also play as a false 9 when needed. So there's the first one. Jamaal Lascelles from Newcastle, centre back, leader, captain, material. There's the second one. And Joe Aribo. We haven't gone on to discuss about Joe Aribo yet, which we'll get on to very shortly. I spoke to my Southampton friend about him, so stick around about that one. Works the other way as well, though. Brought Samara for 17 million quid. Sold for like 10p. Daka of 23 million can give him away. Do you remember, though, Eli, how you remember that summer where we let Tillemans go on a free, Johnny Evans? Did we lose 268 million quid, I think it was, in the end? We lost a lot, didn't we, in transfer money. Sionchu left, Amati left. Papi Mendy went as well, I believe, that summer. So it's crazy. If you look at some of the players that's going to be leaving at the end of the transfer window, Eli, Harry Winks, Ricardo, Jordan Ayew, Bobby Reid. Is it Bobby Reid? No, I think Bobby Reid's next summer. But there's quite a few we're going to be losing money on again. Boba Samare, I don't know how much we got for him. Pat Daka. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate that, bud. Big up Andreas, mate, for coming in. Appreciate it as always. Guys, everyone hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed already. Please get down and do so. It'd help me out massively if you can do that. Hopefully, we will get the confirmation of the signings through soon. We've just under 3 hours, not just over 3 hours to go of the transfer window. I'm just trying to have a look, see if there's any more coming in. But there we go. I remember the bloody Sensi deal 2 years ago. That never happened. That was deadline day. 8 to 9 players out of contract at the end of the season. Thankfully, Samare was one of them. I think some of the problems is we could be still paying for some of them too and maybe be hindering us. That's the problem. That's the problem in itself, to be fair, innit? We've got ourselves in this mess, though, haven't we? I mean, bloody Wilfred Ndidi, eh? Man United linked with him. Wilf. That's an interesting move, isn't it? Who do you reckon the next Leicester manager is going to be? Drop some names in there. Let's discuss managers for a minute. Let me know who realistically you think would be Leicester City manager at the end of it. See if anyone of you can get it right. Let me know. Ironically, we could be heading to League One with the highest ever wage bill recorded. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It ain't good at all, that. It ain't good at all. That is the problem with this. Andy Woodman. Who's he play for? Who's he? Andy Woodman. Right. Let's discuss Joe Aribo from Southampton. The former Watford manager. Javier Gracia. I tell you what, when you talk about Watford, Marty Cifuentes, his favourites take over there. It's quite somewhere in it. That's even a thing. It's going to be Enzo. Keepers up, then rebuild after the season is done and contracts of players done. Manager at Burnley. Bloody Bromley. Is that who it is? That's an interesting one, to be fair, isn't it? How that sort of come about as well. Tell you what, though, Joe Aribo, Southampton fans, if you ask them about Joe Aribo, they say he's lazy. He just isn't. It's 75 grand a week, I think you're on it. Southampton. Southampton fans, he's just not been seen this season at all. I think he's made 5 appearances. I think they've been off the bench. Yeah, they're not very keen on Joe Aribo. They're saying, it's all right, Leicester, you're doing us a favour here. But that's Leicester getting the loyalty card out again, isn't it? Obviously, he's got championship experience, Joe Aribo. I remember his bloody goal against Leicester in the Premier League last season. So, Joe Aribo is a bloody attacking midfielder, I think. Again, attacking midfielder. Joe Aribo. Let's have a look. So he played 7 times this season with Southampton. He is a central midfielder, a deep defensive midfielder, and a centre back. So he can play 3 roles. He's basically a defensive player. I think it's someone to just fill the gaps until Jordan James is back. So we got rid of Smallreds, bringing a lot for light, probably. Don't go near Gracia. He left because he lost the drive and the motivation and didn't fancy it anymore. It's absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But Joe Aribo is out of contract with Southampton at the end of the season. Leicester has signed him on loan until the end of the season. Southampton fans want to get him off the wage bill. He's a player that did all right under Russell Martin 2 seasons ago in the Championship, but it hasn't recovered that at all. Did well at Rangers, but then at Southampton it hasn't worked out. And you'd think, would it actually work out here? I don't know, but yeah, the deadline is going to be very, very soon as 7 o'clock approaches then. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit a like on the stream if you enjoy our content. Follow us more at the final whistle. Go and follow us on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You're going to follow us on all there. We try and put out quite a lot of content. We need to be effective. Get the director of football in and sign staff in under the accordingly manager. And we'll be lady piece of the jigsaw, last piece of the jigsaw. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is. But we're going to come off now. We'll be back when all the signings have been confirmed. So we will discuss everything. Hopefully we can get a few of the lads on as well to come in. If you ever want to come on and click the link, come and chat with me, feel free. But our like target is 100 for this stream. So if you can do that, that'd be appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll catch you again in another stream for the transfer deadline day. Live. See you soon. Adios.